And adopt. Kelsey Bless and Becca Cole are with Children and Family Services, and they're here to talk about what that application process looks like. Good morning to both of you. We appreciate it.
Hi.
Okay, we are talking about a special month here in May. Tell me what it's all about, Kelsey, as far as what it all entails.
Sure. So the Department of Health and Human Services and a variety of partners across North Dakota, we really take this moment to recognize those impacted and involved in foster care. Foster care is a safety service, and so we are working to ensure that families are the center of the work we do, and connections are made to keep kids safe and meet the needs of those families.
Is there a need, a specific need in the state of North Dakota for foster parents?
Yeah, so on any given day, there's just a little over 1,100 children in North Dakota foster care.
Wow.
And these kids are just they're all over in our communities, right? They're in our churches, they attend your grandson's sporting events, they're in our neighborhoods. And so we're always looking for families who are willing, able, and safe to provide this care for these children. Our caseworkers work diligently to place siblings together and to locate family and friends to help support the child's case. So the need is really everywhere. It's with our respite program, where you're providing that temporary relief to another provider for 1 to 4 days. Our emergency care, which is 7 to 14 days of that emergency basis care. And then our teen population, which can be so daunting or so feared, but really it can be, the most fun and the most rewarding. North Dakota no longer has group homes anymore, and so we see the value in placing our children in homes,
exactly,
in family settings.
And I think you brought up a very interesting point. The number that you brought up, it's not like these foster children have a stamp on their forehead, foster child. I mean, they live with us. They're part of our community, and they're part of what makes us special, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Kelsey, I want to ask you, who's involved in foster care, and are there ways that they're being recognized?
Well, Wayne, you nailed it right away. The children and the families that we serve every day is really why we're here today.
Yeah.
We are focusing on what their needs are, just the strength and the courage it takes to make it through and achieve goals.
Sure.
Absolutely recognizing our families and the children that are impacted each day. But we have unlicensed caregivers, so grandmas, aunties, uncles, friends, neighbors. They're stepping up to really help serve this need, as well as our licensed providers, and then the workers. Becca talked about the workers that are in our agencies, and they are working diligently to help families see their own strengths and really be a support to help get kids reunified with their parents and to have families be reunited, which is a huge goal, always a priority in the work that we do. And on top of that, I just think law enforcement and courts and our schools, I mean, we all play a part.
Sure.
And anyone who has an opportunity or an interest to want to open their heart and their home, we would be willing to visit with them.
Sure. Okay, let me ask you this, as far as what it takes to become a licensed foster parent. What are the steps that someone would need to go through?
Yeah, well, first off, call us, right? We're always recruiting for homes throughout the state. If you're married, if you're single and you're 21, fill out an application. You'll go through the background check process. Once those are received, you'll get assigned to a specialist like myself in your area, and we'll come into your home. We'll get to meet you, ask you a series of questions, get to know the family members in your home, do a walkthrough of the home to assess for that safety, and assess for bedroom capacity and all that. So once you complete your background checks and you're assigned to a worker like myself, we have a goal that from start to finish, you're done within 45 days.
Wow.
So yeah, we would love to.
So from beginning to end, about a month and a half, and you can be helping a child. What is there an average time, or is there a time that you can say that if someone is a foster parent or a foster guardian, about how long is that foster child with you, or does that just depend on the situation?
It does depend on the case, and so typically we would like to see children get swiftly returned home, and 6 months would be ideal if we can be in and out of that family's life within 6 months or less. It's great. 12 months is kind of the high-end goal, but we do have times where children are in care longer. But Becca commented on respite care, that is something that is short-term. So it's really nice to be able to kind of offer a weekend here, or maybe you only have Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays that you could offer. We are totally open to being flexible.
I don't know whether people sometimes confuse foster care with adoption, but that's why I asked the difference. You know, this is a short-term commitment, and it's a real commitment to that child to really give them a sense of home, at least for a little while.
Absolutely.
Okay, ladies, thank you so much, and thanks for shedding a light on May being Foster Care Month. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.